Welcome back, friends. Welcome to my channel. Happy New Year. I'm finally bringing you a video, and it's going to be a little bit of a different video. I am trying to help you guys save money in the new year while also helping myself save money. So I'm going to have a series of videos. It's going to be more like 2025 is going to be like rebranded here on YouTube, because I've been so up and down with what videos to put out on my channel, having the time constraints, things like that, because, you know, business is busy, life is busy, we stay busy. But one thing that's gotten out of control is spending. And you guys know I've always been pretty budget savvy, but I used to always go and I would shop at like the clearance hauls and do stockpiling and all that kind of stuff on a budget, and I just haven't had the time to go out and do that kind of stuff. So I am going to tell you different videos, things that I'm not buying in 2025, things that I am doing to budget better in 2025, sharing my grocery hauls on a budget, hopefully sticking to that budget, because the less you spend at the store, then obviously you have more money in your pocket. So I'm trying to be more mindful about that and having you guys hold me accountable by sharing these videos. Also, my girl Nicole, I've been watching her content lately. I always watch her content. Nicole Burgess, one of my very good friends, love her channel, and she is trying to do the same thing, because it's not that we don't try to budget, it's just that, you know, if you go in the store, you might grab this extra stuff, or if you go, if you're hungry, if you're starving and you're in the store, you're gonna pick up what you're hungry for. Or if you just, I don't know, I tend to pick up extras, especially if I have kids with me. They sucker me into buying junk. So we have bought so many extra things we don't need this year. So one of the big things that I'm trying big time to do, and this will help any of you. First things first, go through what you have in your house. Go through your pantries, go through your refrigerator, go through your deep freezer if you have one of those, a chest freezer, overflow, whatever you have in your kitchen. And some of you might say, I don't have any extra. Well, that's fine, but if you do, start there first. Go through everything you have. You don't have to get some fancy stuff to write it on. I literally took a notebook. And I don't have a lot now. Like, you guys know, because I don't have a generator, that back when we had a storm, I lost a ton of the stuff that I had. And last year, one of my freezers went out, so I lost the freezer and all the contents in it. So we're not even gonna go there. That thing was like 40 years old. But what I did is I went through my cabinet. I went through my little pantry, and I recently had to clean it out, you guys. The other day I was gonna film it, but I didn't. I had Jell-O in there, and it wasn't recent. It wasn't that long ago. I ordered it from Walmart. The date on it that they sent me was 2021. I don't know, maybe it lasts forever, but I was a little hesitant on some of the dates. And then I went through things that I had stocked up on. So while stocking up on things is a great idea, if you get it on a good deal, if you're going to use it, but if you're not, it's gonna sit in your cabinet for like 3 years, that is not worth buying. So be mindful of the things that you're buying, because I literally had to throw away some of the stuff that at some point sounded like a good idea. It sat in there because I had too much of it. I'd gone to Sam's Club, bought certain things because at the time it was a good deal. I think COVID was going on, all that kind of stuff. I haven't used it. It's been in there for how many years? So I finally had to part with it. That's a waste of money. I don't like wasting things like that. So make sure what you're putting in your cabinets is something you're going to use, because otherwise you were literally throwing that in the garbage when it's like expired. So I wrote down all the stuff. I broke it down, just basics, canned stuff, baked stuff. What you can do with this list, you can pull from it. You can keep this list. You can add to this list. It doesn't have to be fancy. Like I said, you can mark it off, but you can pull from this, and you can even go on a website. There's so many different websites. You can type in those ingredients that you have, and I know some of it might be kind of nasty, like mixing some of this stuff together, but I'm not even kidding. It will put together for free like recipes for you if you're like looking for stuff to use out of your cabinets. Done it many a times. Sometimes we will just experiment. I can't say everybody's always happy or on board when I do that, but it will save you money. You can find something to eat in your house based off of what you have in your cabinets or your freezer. So what you can do, here's another idea you can do. Get a planner. I somehow have too many planners. Get a planner. Take a planner, Write down your meals. See what your schedule is for the month. See what you've got going on. Are you going to be gone here? Are you going to be doing this here? Is it going to be feasible to, you know, cook stuff these certain days because you're going to get home late, or your kids have a game, or you have practice, or you know what I mean, like, or you're going to be 3 hours away. Obviously, at that point, you're going to have to plan something else out. So, if you're spending less on your grocery budget, that will help offset the cost if you have to eat out one of those weeks, you know? But like, you can even plan for a month in advance. You can get your planner out, you can figure out what your schedule is, and you can plan out what it is that you have going on, and you can make yourself a monthly meal plan. You can also usually, you can check out, and I'll try to link them down below. There are several people that have way too much time on their hands that share the ads that are going to be coming out like weeks in advance. We're talking Aldi ads, we're talking Kroger ads, Walmart, like all these people. I don't know where they get all this stuff from, but there are plenty of them that have those on the internet that you can see what deals are going to be going on ahead of time, so you can pre-plan. So if that is something you want to do, if you want to budget your month in advance, you want to figure out your meals a month in advance, you want to pre-plan for what is going on in your life, and yes, things are subject to change, but if you want to do that, there's all kinds of, you don't have to wait for your weekly circular ad to come in the mail, because you can already look online and check that out and see what's going to be on sale. So there's a lot of tools on the internet, and I will try to find the one that I've looked at many a times, just so I know in advance. Also, so I don't like going to the big box stores unless it is for very specific things. So for example, I don't like to go to Sam's Club if we're just buying stuff, like just to fill for the week. So you guys have seen it before. I've gone down that rabbit hole. I've bought our groceries at Sam's Club, and it doesn't end well, because you feel like you're coming home with like spending, I don't know, $300 and some, and what do you have? You have nothing else to pull from to make meals out of. You have like a bag of chicken, sure. You have like 40 cans of tomato sauce, but you don't have any real practical meals to pull from. So what I like to do at Sam's Club, big box stores, what I like to do at those places is be practical about them, not do my regular shopping. I do know people that do their regular shopping at Sam's Club. I know a girl that does her videos. She used to do videos all the time. She did weekly grocery hauls at Sam's Club. And I'm like, how do you have that budget? But anyway, Sam's is just not practical at all if you're trying to save money, unless you're buying specific things. I will tell you the best things to buy there, and I've shared this a million times, are the baked items. If you are looking, if you can pre-plan this, if you can fit this in your budget, things like flour, sugar, brown sugar, rice, even at this point, eggs, like those boxes of eggs. If you were a family that eats lots and lots and lots of eggs, or you want to meal prep out eggs and boil eggs, you know eggs are outrageous right now at the regular grocery store because of something going on with the chickens. It's like $4 for a little thing of eggs. You can buy the big box if they have them in stock, and you can use those, pull from those. That's the best deal that I've seen, I will tell you that. But baked items, back to that. If you're buying things to bake with, Sam's Club, we don't have a Costco, so I can't say Costco, but Sam's Club is one of the places where you can stock up on stuff like that. I don't stock up on fabric softeners. I don't stock up on detergents, because I find that all that kind of stuff is way cheaper somewhere else. I know a lot of people said they'll go to Sam's for that. It is not cheaper for me for that. I do know paper towels and toilet paper are pretty good pricing. Like I said, if you're trying to plan out your month and save money in advance, those are some things like a lot of people swear by there. I've never actually done it. Let's see what else. Sometimes garbage bags can be cheaper there. It just depends on what the price is going on, like locally, versus what's going on at Sam's Club. But you can store your brown sugar and make it last. You can put marshmallows in it. It keeps them fresh. It keeps them good. I buy the big bag, and then I put it into a bigger storage container, and I seal it. So when we buy bulk things like that, that's what I do. I put the rice in the refrigerator. It keeps it fresh for like so long. Things like that. Certain canned goods. Not every one of them. Like Rotella's not cheaper, but like if you're buying like tomato paste, or like sometimes tomato sauces, chicken broths, those are good things to stock up on. I will say the pasta sauces are not cheaper there. So it just varies. Just do your math, do your homework. But if you want to pre-plan and you want to have that stuff on hand, just because you get bulk amounts at Sam's Club, that's not going to help you save money. But if you're mindful of what you're actually buying there, that it can be stretched out for a very long time, then it is worth it there. But that's one of the things. A lot of people just go and say, well, I can just buy so much more at Sam's Club, or I can buy all these snacks at Sam's Club. You might very well be able to do that, but that doesn't mean you're saving any kind of money. So that's a tip. I'm only going to be using Sam's Club for things that we really, really need. But like, for example, Emily and Laney both have allergies. So like the generic Zyrtec or the Claritin, like their version of it, is only $6.96 for two, I'm saying two of the jumbo bottles. It was $14 for the smaller size bottle, one, the other day at like the dollar store. So that right there is a huge savings at Sam's Club. Just be mindful. You can go online, you can compare pricing, you can do all that kind of stuff. It will help you save money. I promise you, if you do your homework, it will help you save money. So you can get one of these. You can get free printables. You can look everywhere. You can look on Pinterest. You can look, I mean, there are so many free printables. If I had the time, I would share one with you that I could create. You can go on Canva, and maybe I'll try to make a reel to show you. You can go on Canva. There's free templates. Canva is absolutely free. I do have the pro version because my friend shares it with me, not because I pay for it. But if you are somebody that has a pro version, you have like what, 5 or 6 accounts, and you can share with other people, or you could even split it with people. So that's a savings, but you don't even need it. If you have the free Canva version, you can go in there, you can make calendars, you can make templates, you can create anything that you want. You can make designs for t-shirts. But like this is just one that I have that's old. So all I've done, it's got your list for the days of the week. You can put it on there and fill it out. And you can even make a list beside it. Or like you guys know, I have the magnetic board. I haven't filled it out yet because I've got to see what I've got in my cabinet. You can go through, write it up on there so you know ahead of time. I'm cooking this today, I'm cooking that today, you know, stuff like that. You know, in our house, things change all the time. If you are bored with making calendars, get you some stickers. Look at this jumbo thing of stickers. This actually came from Clever Fox. So, as you can see, what I'm doing, and I've showed you guys this before because I love Clever Fox. This isn't like a promotion for them. It's just, I love their products. I've used them for years now. And gosh, it's so bright in here. I guess I had the orange light before, now I've got the super bright light. But like, I see everything I have going on in my month, and I'm going to put my grocery, like my meals for the month. So, what ultimately is going to save you money? If you're pulling from your cabinets, you're pulling from your freezers, you're pulling from wherever you possibly can pull from in your house, you're obviously going to have to order stuff. What are you going to do? Are you just going to like wing it, try to make up a grocery plan, or figure it out when you get to the grocery store? Let me tell you, back to the basics. This is something I've been doing for years. This goes back to, well shoot, my mom has binders from back in the 80s. She's got the old original Betty Crocker cookbook. I know many of you probably have that Betty Crocker cookbook. But a binder. This binder was in clearance at Walmart for like $1 the other year. I have a few of them. A binder. You can print recipes. There are several free ones. There is Pinterest. You can find anything and everything you want. You don't have to buy all the fancy cookbooks where you're only going to make like 3 items out of it. You can find your own meal plans. You can also, I do have an affiliate code with this. I've told you guys this a million times. I actually still have a subscription to them. I keep forgetting that I have. It's a great tool if you're trying to be healthy and get on track. Like the Macro Friendly app, it is phenomenal. I just don't use it enough because I forget I have it. So, but I will link it below just for those that are interested in it because I always forget that I have it. I've told you guys that for the last couple years. That will, if you're somebody who's trying to lose weight, stay on track, it lists all the ingredients. It can make the meal plan for you. You can see what your macros are, your protein intake, all that kind of stuff if you're wanting that. But if you're just being normal and basic, see this, for example, I don't know if you can see this with this bright light. This just came off Pinterest. I printed all these off Pinterest. You can go through, write you a little thing of like things that you can make for the month. things that you can make. You can put it together with your ingredient list so you see exactly in advance what you need. I have this one broken down with breakfast, chicken, turkey, beef, sides, all that. Go through, make yourself a recipe binder. It is so simple, it is so inexpensive, and it will save you a ton of money. Make yourself one. If you have a printer, just print it off. It doesn't have to be fancy. Mine is not like color coded or beautiful. But then this is the one that I was telling you from the macro plan. I did print off a whole bunch of the recipes because my idea was I didn't want to pay for the cookbook because I was trying to save money. So I printed off a whole bunch of recipes and it lists like everything you need. There's thousands upon thousands of recipes, so I couldn't print them all. But I made myself a binder of that for the healthy stuff because so many people always have the excuse like, oh, there's nothing to cook. I don't know what to make. Oh, it's too hard to do this. I mean, look at this. I've had this. This came out of a magazine. Do you remember that? Did you guys just cut recipes out of magazines? You can still do it. My mom still gives me magazines. I didn't know it's still a thing, but like this is our go-to recipes. You can mark it. You can even notate it in your recipe binder that you're keeping for yourself. You can put like a notation on a little post-it note of like, this was the top meal this week, or we had it this week, so you can remember if you don't want to go back to it. But like, that is going to save you a ton of money. Also, if you want to go the cookbook route, we have tons and tons of cookbooks. I have Pioneer Woman cookbooks, things like that. But I know, for example, I do have Magnolia Home cookbooks. I love them. But if you are trying to save money and stay on budget, unless you have all these crazy ingredients that are in some of these cookbooks, that's not the route to go. So stick to simple, stick to basic, pull from what you have, pull from your own knowledge. Use Pinterest as a tool. I actually have a separate Pinterest that I was making for you guys so I could put like budget friendly recipes on there so you could just pull from it and things that I plan to share. Make yourself a recipe book. I'm telling you, it will save you so much money and time. Use your crock pot. Use your Instant Pot. Don't be afraid of your Instant Pot. I'm talking to many of you people out there that are scared to death of your Instant Pot. I was for years because I didn't think it would cook the chicken through. I thought it was scary or it would explode in my face. Instant Pot is a lifesaver for busy nights, and you can usually use very minimal ingredients and make a whole meal out of that thing. So it has been a lifesaver. So another tip. So I'm laughing because I just got in my cookbook cabinet. Like I literally used to have cabinetfuls of cookbooks. They were really just dust collectors, so I didn't use them all the time. I used to cook a lot more than I do now. Look at this, like look at this. This isn't one of those goose ones, is it? No. But simple cookbooks like this. I think my mom gave me this. Busy Woman Slow Cooker Recipes. This has super duper, this is so bright you guys, super duper basic ingredients. You can find any type of basic ingredient in cookbooks like this. This is one of my go-to cookbooks for healthier eating. It's so worn out. It is so dingy. I took the cover off of it. This girl's actually from Kentucky. It has like healthier versions to make your own easy stuff from scratch. This was called Skinny Suppers. This is one of my friends. It's on YouTube. Her name is Jen Chapin. I'm sure many of you know her. This cookbook is for the most basic pantry ingredients. I'm not even kidding. I'm not trying to promote Jen. this is something I pull out when I'm like, oh my God, what can we make with this? What can we make with what we have on hand? So this has like, for example, and I'll link her cookbooks down below because she's an awesome person and she's got an awesome channel. But I used to watch her channel all the time, and then I was like, oh my gosh, she has a cookbook, and I got to know her, and she's super awesome person. But anyway, like this has 80 recipes in it, and different variations for things you already have on hand, but not the same old boring blah. So great cookbook. So if you want to go the cookbook route, there's so many of those. But like I said, you can just go on Pinterest. You can usually Pinterest the recipes and the cookbooks and find them there yourself. Because what was that weight loss program everybody was doing that one year? Everybody, where you had the little containers, you know. What was that program that everybody had? Remember the containers? So even like the 21-day fix, I don't know if you guys remember that. People still do that, I think. You could find, like, the recipe cookbooks were expensive, but you could go and find them on Pinterest. So Pinterest is such a good tool, and it's free. You can go down rabbit holes in there. Go on TikTok while it's still active. You can go on. Okay, so another tip for you guys to save money this year. Don't come for me. I know. It does cost money for a yearly membership to Walmart, but I've told you, and I'm not telling you to do this, but for example, Walmart does cost money. I think their normal price is $100 a year. You sign up, blah, blah, blah. They usually mail you a coupon. You can get it for half off. If you like do the trial period and then you decide you don't want to do it, they're trying to keep you, so they send you a coupon. So I did it for $50 for the year. That also gives me free shipping to my house on orders instead of having a minimum of $35 to buy. If I just need to order toothpaste, I can order it. You get discounts at like other places. No, I'm not sponsored by Walmart. That would be nice. But you get discounts on a whole bunch of other stuff. I had no idea until I was Googling at like 2 a.m. and found what other deals they had. I think you even get Paramount Plus free on it. But anyhow, it gives you free delivery to your house. Yes, you need to tip your person, but here's the thing. Here's the mindset with this. There's no added price in the groceries. So when you do Aldi pickup, which is convenient, they're adding, like the Instant Cart is adding fees onto each item, and then you still gotta, like, I don't know if you tip them for the pickup on that, but you know what I mean. They're getting money back from you because the grocery price is going to be higher doing pickups. Now, Kroger doesn't charge a fee for their pickup because those people that work in Kroger are actually picking your groceries. It's not an outside company. However, if they deliver them to your house, you're going to notice a difference in your bill. There's going to be a higher cost on anything associated with Instacart. Even if you get the trial period for free, even if you get like 3 trips for free, whatever it is, your grocery prices are going to be higher with Instacart added into that, or any of those outside third parties, because Kroger, Walmart, whatever your grocery store is, not Walmart, Kroger, Aldi, all these places are paying someone outside of it to do the shopping for you, and then they have to get their money back. They have to recoup that cost. So be mindful of that if you're doing any of those pickups from like Aldi, places like that. Be mindful of how much the groceries are, because a lot of times I will go online and compare it and notice like one of them was $40 difference. Wasn't even worth it. So with Walmart, if you do a pickup, there's no extra cost. However, pay very close attention to this. If there's a substitution on there, and you, like back in the day, back when COVID was going on, if you did like a substitution, Walmart was awesome. They would give you like the humongous item that was like, say you ordered the crappy Walmart brand chips. Well, they would give you the Lay's chips with the grande size if that's all they had in stock, and they wouldn't pay, you wouldn't have to pay any difference. Now if they substitute, I found out the hard way, if they substitute anything, you're going to be charged the higher cost if it costs more. Because I had $21 in bread one week, and there's no way in the world I would ever pay $21 for loaves of bread. So be very mindful of that when you're ordering groceries. Make sure you click the button no substitutions, or you're going to get the higher cost coming out. Now Kroger doesn't do that. Kroger will substitute items. You will get the lower priced. Like if you only paid $2 for your chips and they're giving you a $7 bag, and yeah, I'm not being ridiculous here, but if they're giving you a $7 bag of chips, they're covering the cost of that. So anyway, that's a good thing. But be very mindful of the different companies, because Instacart will always charge things. But I know some people say, I want to go and pick out my own produce. I want to go and do this. That's fine. Like, I like to do that kind of stuff too. I just know it always costs me more when I go in store. So it's like a trade-off here. Pickups are great too, because you can order all your groceries. You don't have to go in. You can pick them up at like Walmart or Kroger, places like that. But Aldi's does charge more. Just make sure it doesn't have the Instacart logo on it, because if it's powered by Instacart or DoorDash or whatever, you're going to get an extra fee in there. So that is something that you need to pay attention to. And I know some people, that's the only option you might have, and that's fine if that's the only option you have. I'm just trying to like practically help you all save money, because I thought the other week, and also if you're ordering delivery from Walmart, they give you extra savings sometimes too. There's also cashback savings. So I have actually, let's see, that one grocery haul I did was like, I saved so much money because I had extra savings in it, I didn't even spend $200 on my grocery order, which was phenomenal, and I had so much stuff. So it's very like, just be mindful of that, like I said. So another thing with saving money, some of you are not gonna like this, but one of the biggest spenders out there is takeout, because we pick it up because it's convenient, because life is busy. We pick up takeout because we have practice over here, we have practice over here, we have this going on tonight. I don't feel like cooking, I don't want to do this, you know what I mean? So then it's so easy to go through the drive-thru, but oh my gosh, the drive-thru was outrageous. Like for our family of 6, if we're just getting the budget menu, it's still like at least 30 some dollars for the crappy stuff. We're not even talking about getting meal deals here, because those are like restaurant pricing. So it is always more expensive to do takeout. So if say you want something takeout-ish, and this is like if we're being extreme and you want to save a lot of money, you don't want to go out to eat, make your takeout at home. You can even buy the pre-made like kits. I'm not talking about like super expensive bougie stuff. I'm saying like even Aldi's has like the Kung Pao chicken, or Sam's Club has it. Certain places, like look at the sizing, look at the price breakdown per ounce, see what the best option is on that. You can make it at home, usually a heck of a lot cheaper if you're craving something like that. If you're absolutely craving it, you don't have the time to make it from scratch, pick you up some of those bags. Pre-plan that. Like, oh, Tanner's got practice this night, or Tanner's got a game here and it's gonna be this far away, so we're gonna have to leave by this time. But we don't want to have to go to a Chinese buffet because it's going to cost our family like $80. So what we can do is we can have like one of those kits from the store. Just get one of those bags of the rice, or get you some rice, get you a bag of the vegetables, or get you some of the orange chicken, something like that. And you can have it in advance before you have to leave, and it will save you money. So that is just a tip. I'm not telling you guys to totally give up all your extra spending, because let's be reasonable. Let's be real here. I'm not gonna like not go out to eat this year, because that is something like Ryan works hard all week. I work hard all week. That's something he likes to do. I don't like to go out to eat as much because I feel like I can fix food at home. But anyway, that's one of the things. Another tip, if you're trying to save money, if you're really trying to budget, and I've seen so many of y'all out here doing this on YouTube, you can make some of those things from scratch in advance. I know nothing about the sourdough starter stuff. I'd love to learn that. Google it. Find it on YouTube. Find something. Like you can learn to make bread. Like I have 2 bread pans in my cabinet. I plan on making some bread. Make things in advance. Do meal preps. You can save all kinds of money doing meal preps for the week. That way you have your food in advance. Take a protein. You can cook it out. You can have it for the week. Take you a carb. Take you things like that. I'm not even saying putting in the individualized compartments. You can put it in one big container and you can pull from it and you have it all ready for the week. Mix in other stuff throughout the week. So there are so many ways to save money. So many. Another thing, what is it that we do here? The kids love all those like flavor ice, sparkle ice, all that kind of stuff. But you can actually fill up your water bottles. It's even cheaper. But if you're on the go, you can get those cases of water and those flavor packets and put them in there. And it tastes just the same, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper than going the route of buying like a whatever packet is, and they're like $1 something for each one. You can save so much money that way too. So there's so many feasible ways to save money. So this is the year of 2025. We're going to do this together. We're going to try to stop overspending. We're going to try to start pre-planning. We're going to try to implement our planners. We're going to try to make our grocery lists. We're going to try to use recipes that we have on hand instead of making excuses. And if you are not somebody that likes pen and paper, if you are somebody who is like into the digital world, which use your iPad, use your computer, use something like that. And I'm telling you, together we can do this. Use the tools, use the free tools, use the Pinterest, use the Canva. Use all the websites that have all of the stuff that show you the deals. There's so many tools at our fingers that like instead of scrolling endless hours of watching like TikToks and things like that, we could be pre-planning this kind of stuff for just a little bit. Take 30 minutes, pre-plan it, you're done. And you will thank me later. But anyway, you guys, that's what I wanted to tell you. I want to share many more videos on this. I know this was a long-winded blah 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 kind of video, but I'm really on board with this and really wanting to motivate you guys to do the same. So that is all for today's video. I will be sharing my grocery hauls. I will be sharing budget-friendly cooking. I can't promise you how often I will have the cooking videos, but if you really want it, I will be sharing it. But I plan to share lots of budget-friendly tips. I plan to share lots of grocery hauls and hopefully get back into some of my clearance shopping if I like catch up on work, and take you guys in store, like things that are good to buy versus what not to buy. So that is all for today's video. I love you guys. I would love to have you join me this year. Please subscribe down below. Let me know some content that you would like to see going forward, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you all.